Take a deep breath, slowly, gently. Feel the noise of the day fading away. There is nothing you need to do right now. Nothing you need to remember. Nothing you need to think about. Just listen. With every breath you take, your body becomes a little heavier, your mind a little calmer. Your eyes may want to close, let them. Imagine yourself in a place where you feel safe, quiet, peaceful, far away from time. The world around you slowly begins to blur. Sounds soften, edges fade away. You are drifting, not fully asleep yet, but no longer awake. You are somewhere in between. And right here, this is where stories are born. Stories that ask for no effort, that come to you gently, that choose you like dreams. In a moment, a voice will guide you deeper, not to wake, but to carry you to another time, another world, another life. This is not a fairy tale. This is a story that waited a very long time to be told. Names changed, places changed, but the story never did. There were those who came from above. There were those who established order, and they were not alone. The first humans were not free. The first humans were not chosen. The first humans were made. This story is not about belief. It is about obedience, not about creation, about control. And every control eventually begins to crack. Now listen, because this story does not begin with humans, it begins with those who needed them. There was no time. There was no measure. Names had not yet been given. Sky and earth had not been separated. Darkness and light had not been defined. There were only the first waters, fresh and salt. Two consciousnesses intertwined, and from within these waters, the gods were born. But they were not the gods we imagine. They were creators, and at the same time, beings who could grow tired, who could feel anger, who could make mistakes. They were called the Anunnaki, those who came from above, those who descended, and the earth was their workplace. When the Anunnaki arrived on Earth, they did not find a paradise. The soil was hard, the mountains were heavy, the minerals lay deep below, cities had to be built, canals had to be carved, the world had to be shaped. And this the gods did with their own hands. For thousands of years they dug, they carried, they built, but the gods were immortal, and immortality does not prevent exhaustion. Over time, whispers began. This labor is not for us. We were meant to rule, not to work. This world has become a burden. The rebellion was silent, but it was deep. And in the end, the gods rose against the very order they had created. At the head of the gods stood Enlil, ruler of the sky, god of law, order, and authority. For Enlil, the universe was a system, and a system must not be questioned. The gods would work, because order demanded it. But the rebellion continued to grow.
Enki, god of wisdom, god of water, science and creation, but above all, god of compassion. Enki listened to the gods. He saw their exhaustion. And at the same time, he looked upon the earth and he put forward an idea.
We should not work, he said. Let someone else work. Enlil was suspicious. Who? He asked. Who will carry this burden for us? Enki answered, we will create a being.
A body from earth, a spark from divine essence. Neither fully divine nor fully animal, an in-between being. But Enlil set conditions. This being will not have consciousness. It will not ask questions. It will never question us.
The creation ritual began. Earth was taken, mixed with water, but this was not ordinary clay. A god, a rebellious god, was sacrificed, its blood mixed with the soil, and at that moment, the earth came alive. The human was born. When it took its first breath, the world fell silent, because this breath was not ordinary. Within it was a divine trace. The gods gathered, this time not for the earth, but for the human, because no one could deny it any longer. Humans had multiplied, but worse than that, they had changed. They no longer only obeyed, they no longer only worked. Humans looked at the gods and began to ask, why do we exist? This question, it was the most dangerous question a god could hear. Enlil stood up. This being has crossed the line, he said. The consciousness given to them must be taken back. But consciousness cannot be taken back, because once something is given, it no longer belongs to the Creator. And then Enki broke his silence. As Enki spoke, no god could meet his eyes. Yes, he said, I gave them consciousness. A murmur rose. Enlil's voice was sharp. This was betrayal. Enki lifted his head. No, he said. This was a choice. And then he spoke what should never have been spoken. They are not imitating you, they are surpassing you. At that moment, the gods understood this mistake could not be undone, because humanity was no longer just created, it was a continuation. Enki was never trying to save humanity. He was trying to stop the gods, because Enki had seen the truth. The gods were immortal, but they could not change. Humans were mortal, but they could learn, they could adapt, they could grow stronger from their mistakes. Humans were created as workers, but they became heirs. And perhaps that is why the gods left the earth, because one day, when humans look up at the sky, they will no longer pray. They will remember